Have you ever noticed something? Since childhood, many of us have heard the same things over and over again. A slap or two is necessary. Children only improve after being punished. This generation needs discipline. But the truth is something else entirely. The truth is that discipline does not come from hitting. Hitting only creates fear. And fear and discipline are not the same thing. Discipline is about understanding, self-control, and responsibility. But when a child is physically punished, they do not improve because they understand right from wrong. Instead, they learn only one thing. If I get caught making a mistake, I will suffer. And what happens then? The child does not learn respect. The child learns fear. They do not listen because they believe you are right. They listen because they are afraid of what will happen if they don't. That is not discipline. That is simply obedience created through pressure and intimidation. And the damage does not end there. When a child is scolded, beaten, or humiliated in front of others, their self-esteem slowly begins to break. They start thinking, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe everything is my fault. Maybe there is something wrong with me. The effect of physical punishment is not limited to a single moment. It becomes a mindset, and that mindset can continue damaging a person from the inside for years. And perhaps the most dangerous part of all, children begin to see violence as normal. They learn that stronger people can use force against weaker people. They learn that when anger appears, hitting is acceptable. They learn that power is not about understanding, it is about control. In this way, violence does not disappear. It simply passes from one generation to the next. There is another serious consequence as well: emotional distance. When a child is repeatedly punished physically, they slowly lose trust in the people around them. They become afraid of talking openly to parents and teachers. They start hiding the truth. They start lying. They become more afraid of being caught than of doing something wrong. And this is where relationships begin to weaken. Respect and trust are replaced by fear. Now think about this from the perspective of gender discrimination. Even today, boys and girls are often treated differently. In some places, girls are controlled more strictly. In other places, boys are told not to express emotions. Girls are told, stay quiet, don't do that. Boys are told, don't cry, be a man. In both cases, damage is being done. Children learn that their worth is not based on their humanity, character, or abilities. Instead, they learn that their value is judged according to their gender. And when children absorb these messages at a young age, they often carry those same toxic patterns into adulthood. This is why the problem is much bigger than a single slap. The problem is the mindset that treats hitting as normal. The problem is the mindset that mistakes control for parenting. The problem is the society that disguises discrimination as tradition. We need to accept one simple truth. Children do not grow through violence. They grow through safe environments. Children do not learn through fear. They learn through guidance. Children do not develop through humiliation. They develop through respect. If we truly want a better generation, we must change our methods. Replace punishment with communication. Replace fear with understanding. Replace discrimination with equality. Because when a child grows up surrounded by love, respect, and safety, they become genuinely strong. That is real discipline. And if we change this way of thinking today, we can create a healthier, more empathetic, and more fair society tomorrow. A person can be broken by violence, but a person can be built through understanding. And perhaps it is finally time for us to say this openly. Discipline should never mean physical punishment.